What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 66 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-hosts Nick Theories, Mikey P, and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to our live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it so we can drive those views up. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to all of our platforms. We need to get more subscribers in here. Mikey P, take it away, baby.
We got a lot to cover today, all right?
For sure.
A lot of NFL shit, per usual, right? And then we got a little bit of NCAA basketball, all right? MLB, we got the Phillies, we got the Flyers, okay? But first, I wanna announce something before I go into my usual ad read, okay? The Philadelphia Eagles have re-signed franchise icon Fletcher Cox. Phil,
The GOAT.
let's go, baby. He's back.
Yeah,
$14 million for a year. Future Hall of Famer.
The best.
Future Hall of Famer. You gotta love it, man.
I think it's awesome, too, that he, they released him and then brought him right back.
He wants to be here, and we want to have him.
We want
Actual.
Well, it was due to cap hit.
What happened?
Cap.
They were probably working on a deal. They had a deadline that they had to reach on
You got a
Friday, I
deadline.
guess. This is going back Friday.
Facts.
You got a deadline.
Everybody has a deadline.
Feels like an eternity since Friday. But yeah, they had a deadline that day, and they needed some extra time, I guess. So he's back. You got the leader of the locker room on the defensive side, Super Bowl champion, future Hall of Famer, Fletcher Cox is back with the Birds. And now I will do my normal shit, okay? This episode of P&I, episode 66, is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New users sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC. Will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, check us out live right now on the Props Network at propshq.com. Be sure to subscribe there. You will not regret it. And I already told you what's coming up next. But we're going to shoot the shit with some college basketball, guys. Let me hear about your brackets real quick. What's going on?
Bro,
One's hanging in. One was dead on.
You're hanging in?
Too. On the one for my work, I am.
How?
But my Final Four is still intact, and my Elite Eight is still good with the exception of one. So I have 7 out of 8 going into it. But
damn.
I got the
Who's your champion?
Gonzaga.
Same.
All right. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but Mike, Tennessee, I had in the Final Four. they lost.
Yeah, day one.
Yeah.
Iowa, Kentucky.
Well,
Kentucky.
I got lucky because I had Kentucky losing in the round of 32 to Davidson, I think it was, or Murray State. So when St. Peter's beat them, that was good. Because everybody that had them, like there were one or two people had them winning or going to the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four. Like some people were dead upon arrival. I appreciated it.
I mean, bro, at the end of the day, it's all a crapshoot.
That's all it is.
You know what I mean? Like, that's really what it is, bro.
Upsets are regular this year, though. There's 4 double-digit seeds remaining, including the St. Peter's Peacocks. And I don't know if you guys heard this, but I guess they couldn't afford to send, like, their cheerleaders to the next game.
Really?
And Peacock, like the streaming brand Peacock, is paying for the Peacocks cheerleaders to go to the game. How fucking awesome is that? Yeah, Peacocks love the Peacocks.
They might win again.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, the reason why I said that is because everybody can't watch every single college basketball game. So, like, these teams that are, like, considered Cinderellas or dark horses, they actually might be fucking good. So, and you don't know that because they're not in a national spotlight because of their school name. That's really the bottom line, bro. So, like, it's at the end of the day, it really is all a crapshoot.
Look at the coach from St. Peter's. You can just tell he looks like uncomfortable up there when he's talking to the media.
Their whole program budget is less than Coach Calipari's salary.
Is it really?
Their whole budget is less than Coach Cal's salary.
Good.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't know. It seems pretty good. I mean, have you guys seen any like standout stars from the games, or has it been just mids?
I mean,
I don't know these guys well enough, but I mean, I just watched last night. It was TCU and Arizona, and that one kid on Arizona is a beast. He scored like 10 of their last 12 points or whatever. I forget his name already. He's a beast. He scored 30, but like they almost lost that game.
I like what's his face from Villanova, Colin Gillespie.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna get drafted.
Maybe
He might go drafted in the second round.
Maybe.
A team like the Spurs.
Do you remember this? I don't know if you remember this. Before the show on Thursday, I said to you guys, watch out. If North Carolina advances, they'll probably beat Baylor. But I wasn't ballsy enough to put that on the bracket. What the fuck do you think happened?
I know. That was a good game, too.
I talked to you before.
Yeah, that was an awesome game, too.
Yeah, they almost blew that game.
I know.
But still, Duke's still hanging in there. Coach K is 1 win short of 100. There's only 3 programs in college basketball history that have at least 100 wins.
Who did they play on Friday?
Coach K almost has 100 himself.
I couldn't tell you, bro. I'm not a big.
Is it who does Duke play on Thursday?
Texas Tech. Yeah.
Texas Tech.
Yeah. Yep. 3 seed. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. My bracket's dead though. It's like I maybe hit 45% of my picks. That's like an all-time low. It's crazy.
That sounds like your NFL record,
bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, wow,
bro. Empty the clip.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. He knows that we were neck and neck all season. Well, not with the spread. You had us there.
That's all. I'm gonna.
We caught up though. We caught up at the end.
I was making a comeback.
We made it. Nick and I,
exactly. When
Nick and I
focused.
lost by a game in the end. So,
But next year, every single week, I'm gonna be laser focused.
I had you on money line
Like,
for,
you'll see
for
the difference.
13 weeks.
That's how you finish. Pause.
Because now, because the more you do it, the more you start to figure out like certain triggers that why it's a good bet to take certain teams.
Yeah, you gotta
certain
learn.
situations. Yes, I know. But that's a learning process.
I'm gonna do terrible next year.
Losing is great.
You learn more from losing than you do winning.
Correct. See?
All right, guys, we got a show to run here. Philly Phil, NFL, let's go, baby.
Oh, thank you.
I want to hear from the audience today, man. We got so much NFL shit to cover. A lot of QB movement that happened literally right after we posted the preview of our show. And there were 3 QB moves today. So we'll get there, all right? But first, we didn't get to talk about Deshaun Watson. That happened on Friday. Deshaun Watson is a Brown.
That's crazy,
He's a
man.
Brown. After all this shit, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Eagles were there, like maybe in the very beginning, maybe not. I don't know. There were like 10 different teams mentioned. And he winds up on the Browns. So, the trade is this. Deshaun Watson and a 5th rounder of 2024 to the Browns for 3 firsts. So that's this year, next year, and the following year. A 3rd rounder next year, and then 2 4th rounders. They added a 4th today, apparently. That was part of the announcement today. The Browns then signed Deshaun Watson, who has 22 cases right now. We're not going to talk about that. 22 cases, though. Deshaun Watson gets a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. The highest ever. Highest guaranteed money for an NFL player ever. And he's still got a lot of baggage right now. Fully guaranteed deal for the Browns.
They fucked the whole NFL contract
Everything.
landscape
Yeah,
up.
they did.
Because I
Because
can't
now
even
every
imagine.
quarterback is going to get guaranteed money, like fully guaranteed.
What does Lamar want now? What is
gonna want-
Kyler going to
His
want
rate
after
just
next
went
year?
up.
Oh, Kyler.
His rate just went
Kyler's
up.
definitely
Kyler was
getting-
already saying he wanted 50.
Right.
Well,
no, he was.
Mikey
I
P
know.
said that, but I bet you that he's asking for
True.
Well, here, just say he's asking for
Mikey
40.
P speculated.
You're
Just even
Right.
ask if
He didn't
he's
say that.
asking for 40. That's at least 45.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dak got 42.
Yeah.
You think Kyler's not getting 42? He's going to get 45 minimum.
I mean, look. What baffles me is how much they gave up, right? Like 3 first-round picks, a 4th, and a 5th, correct?
Yeah.
And they got Watson and a 4th back, correct?
Watson at a 5th. They
5th,
gave up
right.
3 1s,
Yes.
a 3 and 2 4s.
A 3 and 2 4s. Okay. So the bottom line is, I think they overpaid, and here's why. They traded all those draft picks, right? And now they paid him in $230 million guaranteed. Now this guy still has 22 cases that he's got to beat. Like 22 to 1.
The criminal stuff is
Where
going
there's
down.
smoke, there's fire. So like that's number one. That's number one. I'm gonna get that out of the way. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Straight the fuck up. Second, you had to. Apparently, they didn't do their investigation work because they had the representative of the 22 cases. The Browns never contacted him. So where do they get all their information from?
Well, when
did they do their homework?
You're talking about the lawyer of the
But here's
22, the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing from the Browns. So how did they do their homework?
Team. No teams called him.
Correct. So how did they do their homework? They didn't. So what baffles me is just like a desperation move. So, I mean, is that how they feel about Baker, bro? Like, to me, that's
you already want to go Baker?
No. I'm not, but you gotta question it, bro. Because like, look at all these things that are transpired that are not really guaranteed, but yet you spent a #1 overall draft pick to get Baker Mayfield, right? And you just traded 3 #1s to acquire a guy who has shit lingering like in his life. That's not guaranteed that he's clear. So that's my thing. And you paid him $230 million guaranteed. On top of that,
three things to add to your thing,
bro. That's crazy.
It is crazy. Three things.
That's a demolition, bro.
First thing was the Browns are the ones who gave the Texans the pick to acquire Deshaun Watson back in the day. Not sure if anyone remembers that here. That actually happened. The Browns gave the Texans the pick that they used to get Deshaun Watson.
Crazy.
True story.
That's fucking crazy.
Second, he's going to be suspended. Maybe even half the year. We don't know this yet.
I was going to say
But he's going to be suspended.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be suspended. At least, I would say 4 to 8 games, anywhere between there. Maybe even more. No one knows.
It wouldn't shock me if they
Personal
actually
conduct violation.
benched him this season.
I mean,
that would not shock me.
Here's the thing: if he gets half a season, how does Calvin really get a full year?
Yeah, that's a whole different argument. It doesn't look good, right? It doesn't look good.
I just for me, the whole situation was just weird. I think that they were out of the running. I think that report was true. Then Baker said, "I'm not playing," and they were like, "Okay, well, we're going to go back to nothing." So we need to find. They called his agent and was like, "All right, what's it going to take for us to get it done?"
Thank you for saying that, by the way.
I truthfully think that's what happened because apparently Baker told the Browns brass, I'm sitting out OTAs, I'm sitting out minicamp, and I'm sitting out the preseason. I'm not playing. So I think at that point, Haslam and the Browns are like, okay, we're going to fall back to mediocrity, and the whole fan base is going to hate us.
But wouldn't you?
What?
Would you do that if you were Baker?
I would sit out.
Fuck yeah.
I would sit out too. Yeah, I already told you that.
Add to the context this part. He was already mad at the Browns, apparently. This is the other report. They're saying that Baker already told them before they even talked about Deshaun Watson that he's not playing for them anymore because he thought that they were going after Kirk Cousins. And naturally, it makes sense because Kevin O'Connell, Kirk Cousins, right?
I mean,
Stefanski. Same two people. They're like the same two guys, all right? Stefanski worked with Cousins in Minnesota and did very well. So that was originally why he was pissed, supposedly. And he said he's not playing anymore. And then you did the Deshaun Watson stuff. And then I guess that's when it reached the head. That's when Baker said all this shit on social media. Voila. They're back in it. And they pay that much to bring him in.
That's a haul.
Yeah, I mean...
And his base salary this year is only $1 million.
Right.
Because football side, is it worth it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
only a few teams could do this and get away with it, right? You could have argued the Eagles could have done it because they have so many picks. And it's basically you're giving up this year's first round draft picks. And you move on next year, but you have a franchise quarterback. The Browns, no, that's different. They're looking at future compensation, but they were a quarterback short. That's it. That's all they needed. We've been saying it, Nick, you and I.
What?
The Browns were always a QB short. They got everything.
I think they got...
They're loaded.
They are, but their wide receiver core is kind of poop.
Yeah, well, now they're saying Jarvis Landry wants to go back. And also Jadeveon Clowney.
If he misses a lot of time, Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper only has 2 years left on that deal.
I mean, if you have...
there's no guarantee that Amari Cooper's going to sign back with them, too. So this year's basically a punt. Because if he's suspended 8 games, they're not making the playoffs.
Right.
No way.
Highly unlikely.
I mean, the AFC's too good.
I mean, here's the other thing. They brought in Jacoby Brissett, who should be an upgrade over Case Keenum as a backup. So you hope that you win maybe half those games. and maybe you got a chance at the playoffs.
Well,
but the AFC's stacked.
If you go 500,
Yeah.
you have a chance, but it's going to depend on what the front end of the season looks like. But he may get the whole year. Who knows? Because he has a lot of negative shit going on. I mean, you see Browns fans posting stuff on their highways and shit. I mean, it's a crazy situation, man.
I'm so
get ugly.
confused, though, man, because like the NFL is a business, bro. So like you could really put your business on the line, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and you have a quarterback. That's the thing. Like, you had another year to see what he could do, and if he's not the guy, then you can let him walk. You know what I mean? Or do what you got to do, franchise tag him and trade him. But like, I don't know, man.
I mean, not for nothing.
I just think it's
Matt
crazy.
Ryan just did the same thing that Baker Mayfield did. He found out the Falcons were trying to trade him. He's like, all right, fuck you, trade me. There was no talk about him being traded.
Did it go down that way? Maybe. We'll get there. Wait, how would you grade this trade, though, for both sides? I mean, I kind of feel like both sides win. Personally, I'm going to give both. I'll give
Texans, I get an A, and then I'll give
A and an A- for the Browns.
I was going to say
they gotta
B.
wait.
I was
But,
going to say B because you got to wait. You don't know.
That's all they were missing, though. They got everything. I mean, you have Cooper. So if you do bring back Landry on a 1 year or something, you got Cooper and Landry. You got Njoku.
I think it's
you
crazy
got
move, bro.
Arguably the best running game in the entire league. You got arguably the best offensive line in the entire league. And you have a defense that balled out last year. And they got names. And they might add Clowney back.
Bro.
You got Myles Garrett, who's going to be a Defensive Player of the Year nominee for the rest of his career.
Deshaun Watson doesn't come out firing.
It's not even that,
There
though,
gonna be a
bro.
story.
Because if he's suspended half the year, okay, so now you just wasted a full year, bro. Because I think they got Jacoby Brissett they signed.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna step in. Like, all right, just say the best that you do is 4-4, but it ain't like there's no guarantee Deshaun Watson is gonna come out and start lighting the fucking league on fire.
I know. I mean,
bro,
last
like
week, yeah.
not for
That's
nothing.
truthful.
He missed like
full
2
year.
years, like
Contact?
almost a year and a half.
Although
So,
I'm
like,
taking him,
yeah,
I'm taking
bro.
a rusty Deshaun Watson over Baker Mayfield.
I don't know about that, bro.
Yeah, I am.
Off the rip?
I am.
The disrespect
off
going
the
out.
rip.
A rusty quarterback.
What's it gonna
versus
take
a
him?
former number overall.
He's got a
pick.
whole camp to get back in NFL
It's crazy,
shape.
man. Like if you just take out Baker Mayfield's last year because he was bad, and
I'm talking
Deshaun
about for one
Watson
game.
sat out. It's
Obviously, it would
it's so
take-
weird to me because like he would take a rusty Deshaun Watson. Last time I saw Deshaun Watson, he was 4-12. It's just crazy.
But he led
like,
the league in passing yards.
What's that? It's empty calories. It's like eating
That's
corn.
not empty calories, Mike. That
I mean,
franchise
Dak
is a
does
joke.
it. He gets criticized.
Now when Dak does it, it's like, you know what? He's a warrior.
Facts.
I mean, or yeah, it's garbage time.
That's true.
And then when
100%.
if Baker Mayfield blew a 24-0 lead in the playoffs, that would be like be hung on to
it would
forever.
I know.
He would've got
he always
traded.
gets a pass.
Oh, it's
That's the
just-
thing.
I don't get it.
That's the thing
Well,
that
the
drives
thing
me
is this.
fucking insane with this dude, bro.
That's
he
why-
always gets a pass.
that's why-
And why? Because he can play fucking football.
But that's the
really
thing,
well.
don't
though,
like
guys.
Deshaun Watson.
It's just it goes back to the franchise QB thing. The guys who are franchise QBs, they don't have to answer the shit. That's the problem. No one criticizes franchise QBs because they do everything to get their team to the playoffs.
It's just hype. It's narrative.
But Baker Mayfield didn't prove that yet. He proved he
proved it.
He went
could
to the
be.
playoffs.
He proved
won a
could.
playoff game,
I'm
at
talking
least.
about a franchise QB. I'm saying he didn't prove
like
that
I
he
said,
could be a franchise
Kyler
QB.
Murray, if Kyler Murray does not win a playoff game this year, through 4 seasons, Baker Mayfield has been a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. He has. He has a playoff
Well,
win.
that's a reach, but
He has a playoff win.
that's not to say that Kyler is a guaranteed franchise QB. He's got a better chance of being one. But I'm just saying, you're forgetting it's a team game.
Absolutely. And
You
he,
toss
had, and he had
the
and he had
Texans-
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
He has
And
DeAndre
did it
Hopkins.
matter? He had 4,900 yards without him.
Who?
He had 4,900 passing yards without DeAndre
And
Hopkins.
he won 7 games.
Yeah, but the Texans blow. They suck.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Kyler.
Yeah. Oh, Kyler too.
I
I
don't
mean,
care about Kyler.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
it was
off
pretty
on that.
obvious what happened
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious
Bro.
what happened there. So Deshaun Watson, that's the difference. But we all know this. Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray.
I mean,
Facts.
I got-
He's a much
yeah.
better passer too.
I know, but like, I mean, realistically, like his best season was 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Is that 230 million guaranteed a dude?
I don't.
Well, the problem is this, Nick.
And he hasn't played in a year and a half.
The league's been going this way. That's the problem. It's going to happen. Kirk Cousins got a fully guaranteed deal. Aaron Rodgers basically got a fully guaranteed deal.
I think Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers got gypped.
They're the new norm.
I think Aaron Rodgers got gypped. Straight up, bro. Yeah. If
Wait.
he's getting 5 years, 230 million, and I'm getting what? 4 years, 20?
I got you. I got you.
He chose that though.
And he lost Devontae Adams.
But he also knew about it.
But, bro, he's fully guaranteed Deshaun Watson. And Aaron Rodgers is not fully guaranteed?
Well, he basically
bro.
is. It's like what?
That's crazy.
It's very minimal that he's not getting fully guaranteed.
At the end of Deshaun Watson's contract, he'll be 31.
He's going to get another contract.
He's going to get a second. He might get 2 more monster contracts.
This is where the league's going.
He is. It's going to happen.
This is where the league's going.
He's going to be like a billionaire, bro.
This is where it's going, though, guys.
That contract is unbelievable.
QB money's nice. And the whole league's going this way. They're starting to guarantee guys entire years up front.
Here's a perfect one. What's Burrow going to be in 3 years?
Mahomes, too. Well, he's like locked for 10 years. But, like, in 10 years, the contract's going to be like fucking $850 million.
Dude, Mahomes' deal, that's brilliant work by the Chiefs.
It is.
Because they could basically sign whoever the fuck they want.
And they signed Juju. All right. Interesting as a number 2, maybe.
He's going to be awesome this year.
Could be. He's still young. So, but actually, I'm happy you said Burrow. That's a perfect segue because I got a facts or cap question for you guys. All right. You ready for this? The Cleveland Browns. And now, remember, pretend that there's no suspension looming or whatever. This is just strictly on paper, all right? The Cleveland Browns are now the best team in the AFC North. Facts or cap?
Supreme cap.
Supreme?
Supreme cap.
Why is that?
So, I think the
Who's
Bengals definitely, especially now getting La'el Collins. And they got the guy from the Patriots. I can't think who it is. So they're just building that offensive line. The rest of their team's ready.
I love what they're doing.
Ted Karras?
That's who it was. Yeah.
I love what they're doing this offseason.
Yeah. Now, I would like them to try and get another corner. Get a little bit deeper there. Pause. And I think, actually, nobody's talking about the Ravens. They're going to get all their injured guys back.
I was screaming that. You guys were telling me, Lamar Jackson.
Last year, I was just saying that I was just saying last year they were just so injured. So I didn't.
This is only a few weeks ago.
In denial with the Ravens, but go ahead.
Anyway, so
they're good.
I think the Ravens will be better next year too. So I don't think so. And who's to say what about Pittsburgh? What about them? I mean, not for nothing. I watched Mike Tomlin.
Biggest question mark at QB, but
fair. But
they got a good roster.
I watched Mike Tomlin go 8-8 with Mason Rudolph.
And you watched them go on the dead arm of Ben Roethlisberger.
Mitchell Trubisky has a winning record in the NFL. He's been to the playoffs. Why not?
Oh God, can we stop this?
I know he's a great runner. He's a great runner,
bro.
But I'm saying, why not? The Steelers aren't going to be trash.
No, they're going to be trash.
They'll be all right.
No.
I mean, maybe 8-9 wins. But the problem is these teams have to play against each other. And the AFC is just loaded. Loaded.
The NFC is like legitimately empty.
Poop. Yo, Tom Brady almost has more touchdown passes than every single team in, I think it was 2 years. He has more touchdown passes than every single team combined or something like that. Some crazy ass stat.
I'm not surprised.
He has more TD passes than every team because there's no long-standing franchise quarterbacks left except Aaron Rodgers. That's it. Everyone else, the NFC's been like a door. It's a revolving door for QBs.
He's back in the AFC East.
Still here.
No team has a fucking quarterback.
Still here.
The entire conference.
Like they have 6 wins already because they're going to sweep the division.
Still here.
Here, let's stay on track. Nick, facts or cap? Browns. Best team in the NFC North.
This is big time, Cap. I love what the Bengals did. They might have had one of the best off seasons, to be honest with you.
It's just quiet.
Yeah, just super quiet. I mean, not for nothing, they addressed their biggest weakness, and that was glaring in the Super Bowl. And they got to the Super Bowl. So they're, in my eyes, they're at least one of the top 3 teams in the AFC. How are they not?
So I agree.
So if they're one of the top 3, then that means either the Steelers, the Ravens, or the Browns are 1 and 2, and that's not the case for me. So it's Cap.
All right, let's break this down. You talked about the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Good team, and they got Myles Jack. Maybe he helps with the run defense. He's a stud. That was awesome. That was a great signing. I wish he was an Eagle.
Me too.
They still haven't improved their offensive line yet. We'll see. The Steelers.
Gotcha.
Okay. Bengals addressed their biggest need, offensive line. Phenomenal work.
Yeah.
They're having one of the best off seasons, but
their owner's spending too. And they get made fun of for being cheap.
This is one of the first times ever that I can recall this guy spending money. Mike Brown, okay? He's known for being cheap. He's like the Phillies before this year. Really. Okay? Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there later.
Tober.
He's frugal. But the Bengals, though, their defense it's above average. It's above average. I need to see more there still. The Ravens, okay, I've been saying this. The Ravens had a top 2 roster going into the year last year. And they just got killed. They're going to be really good this year.
I just don't like their wide receivers. That's my only question with them.
They proved that they could play, though.
Do you think they're going to sign?
Marquise Brown was great. Mark Andrews was phenomenal this year.
I forgot about
that.
No,
he's
Rashad Bateman
different.
Rashad Bateman can ball.
Yeah, but
they showed enough. They actually now they'll have an elite running back probably in J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, but I'm talking about guys that can come in your lineup week in and week out, going to get you 7 catches for $110.
I think you might have been sleeping.
Consistent.
They were.
Rashad Bateman's good.
They were, Nick. They were consistent this year.
Is he good enough?
They answered the questions there this year.
You think they sign AB?
That's probably the most likely place for him. He said he wants to play with him.
They're Dallas.
Here's another thing, too. The AFC is shifting to passing, bro. So what do the Ravens do best? They run. They are going to have to play some extraordinary defense to stop these fucking teams because they got weapons galore, bro. Look at the Chargers. Look at the Chiefs still. Look at the Raiders. Like, how are they going to compete with those kind of teams?
It's all Lamar.
But the Ravens' defense is better than the Bengals' defense.
But here's the thing. We are going to find out about Lamar Jackson this year. This has got to be the year, like, he shines. Because, not for nothing, the Ravens got to make a decision soon. And is he worth $400 million? Or can we franchise tag him, trade him, and then go after a passing quarterback?
His situation,
because the style of play in the NFL moves, it's starting to move to passing, bro. It's
Listen, I understand that.
You gotta be an elite passer, cause that ass.
I think this half the table was sleeping. He showed he grew as a passer this year. He showed it. Everything around him crumbled, and then he got hurt. And he had two bad games.
It was right before.
It was the Miami game. He was fucking shit, and then the game before that, bad. Every other game, he was very good as a passer this year.
But that's the thing. You got to be very consistent throughout the entire year to win the Super Bowl. That's my biggest
truthful, but that's
my
the whole
biggest
team,
concern.
though. They missed the playoffs by a game. Literally.
Right before that Miami
with Lamar
game.
missing multiple games this year.
I thought they were going to be the
Huntley
one
played
seed.
good, though. Huntley played good in his absence.
Yeah.
He was
That's
a formidable starter.
That's a good sign.
Straight up, bro.
I thought they were going to be the 1 seed, and then they lost to Miami that night.
Exactly.
That was that night we all said that.
There you go. They were our 1 seed, and we said that they were getting to the Super Bowl. All 3 of us said it at the midpoint of the season.
Oh, yeah.
That turned to be shot out, but we all had them there.
I said they were the number 1 seed. I didn't say they were Super Bowl, though.
You did? No, but we had them as the number 1 seed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
Then they went on that losing
You and I had them in the bowl.
I had Titan.
Nick did not.
I stayed with the Chiefs.
Did you?
The whole time.
Maybe I changed.
I had Titan.
Maybe it was me then. Either way, though, they were there. They're really good. Back to the Browns, though. After this past year, they might have the best defense in the division. Kind of surprising because they never really put it together. They always had talent. I think the Ravens will be slightly better there, but they have Deshaun Watson, who arguably is the best QB in the division. I'm just saying, on paper right now. We're not talking about suspension. If we're talking about suspension, the Bengals are probably going to win the division. It'll be head-to-head with the Ravens. It'll be really close.
That's going to be a fun division, too.
But on paper, though, they now have Amari Cooper, and they have the best run game and best offensive line. Facts. They're the best team in the division. They are. They have the best defense.
I disagree. That's okay, though.
Yeah,
I'd give it to the Ravens.
Over not even the Bengals?
The Bengals' defense is just above average.
But their offense is...
It's really
elite.
good. But I'm just saying, the Browns are... I mean, that's all they were missing. That's it. They have the most QB-friendly offense in the whole league.
Bro, I'm not buying into the hype train here, bro. I'm just not. Like, for me, it's just like...
easy.
Like, I feel like people are going off name and fucking, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, the bottom line is, you're right. He went 4-12, dude. Like, if that was anybody else, it's like, that's a stain on them.
Yeah, but that whole team was a stain. They were garbage.
So
he's going to a team that's loaded. They were a QB away, and we've been saying it.
But the Bengals were garbage, and Joe Burrow stepped in there, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Maybe they were better
That's
than we
straight
all
up.
thought.
So if he was that guy, he would be franchise-altering, and they would have went to the bowl, and they would have won. Or
Bro, he
at
made
least
the
get to bowl.
Texans a consistent contender.
They went 4-12. I mean,
In the
that's
last year, when they were garbage,
but-
when Bill O'Brien literally sabotaged the whole franchise.
Yeah, but you're as good as your last game, bro.
Oh, come on.
That's where I am.
There you go. That's called recency bias.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's just called bottom
He's
line.
a stud.
Bro.
There's a reason
It's
why
bottom
we're
line.
talking about him like
he's
this.
4-12, bro. If that was Brady,
So-
they would kill him.
They kill anybody.
They would kill him. If that
Brady's-
was Baker, he would.
Name
they would
one
kill him
team
too.
that Brady's
He's on the verge
had
of
that's
not being
been
a
that
starter.
bad.
What?
Has Brady been a part of any team that's been that bad in his whole career? If you say yes,
Offensively,
whole team. If you say yes, you're shot.
No.
Exactly.
No, but that's
It's a team game.
But if
Here
he-
we are again, back to the same fucking
but-
shit.
team game.
No. But the bottom line is the quarterback is the engine in the team. If you are 4-12, you got to be fucking up too, bro. Like you, it can't just be a team thing. You got to win more than 4 games.
If your defense is
If
giving
you
up
are-
30 plus,
If you are $230 million franchise-altering quarterback, you got to get more than 4 wins. That's me.
this is an incredibly biased argument.
It's not
That's
bias,
bias.
bro. It's not bias.
Everyone's got down seasons.
I get
and
it.
he didn't have a down season.
But what makes him a franchise quarterback over Baker Mayfield?
Is that even a question?
I'm just asking a question.
Is it a question?
I'm asking a question.
Look at the talent and tell me the difference.
You're going off talent, but
Look at the numbers.
But
Tell
not
me
for
the
nothing.
difference.
Baker did go
You're
to the playoffs
talking
and
about
win
he
and
got
win
to
a
the
playoff game.
playoffs once, and it was because his team is great, and he did have a good year that year.
I don't understand.
But Baker
Deshaun
had a bad
Watson-
year. But
Deshaun Watson has a good year every single year, and he had a good team once and makes the playoffs once too. What's the difference?
But he actually blew a 24-0
You're talking
lead.
about QB wins. It's so overrated. It's so overrated.
But
That
why
stat is
he
overrated.
But why is he overrated? But all right,
No, QB
here's the
wins
thing. Hold
is
on.
too much in you guys' book.
Time out.
It's too much.
Time out.
No way.
I'm here to knock it down a peg.
Time out. Deshaun Watson goes 4-12. He's a franchise quarterback. Baker Mayfield was hurt all year, and the Browns were almost to the playoffs, and he's completely
But the
gone. And they
problem is-
fucking sold the farm for 3 first-round picks and all these other additional picks, and gave up $230 million guaranteed when they just drafted the guy number 1
So
overall
here's
in
the problem.
2018. Can somebody make it make sense for me?
Yes, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
I'm ready. The Browns were supposed to win the division coming off of a conference championship appearance, and the Texans gutted their whole roster before that 4-12 season you speak of.
You have never ever met. But
How do you mean so?
Wait, hold on.
Baker Mayfield's the single reason the Browns weren't a playoff team
See
this
what
year.
I'm saying? He was hurt. Why does that never get
Yeah,
mentioned?
but the point
I just don't
is, all right,
understand
Mike,
it, bro.
if he was healthy though, what does it matter? The point is that
That's because the last time he was healthy.
we're blaming it on injury though.
Bro.
Baker Mayfield didn't play well this year.
I'm not saying that he did, but he started out the year
but
well.
the
Yeah,
point
he did.
is, though,
he did
that's-
play really well in the beginning.
It doesn't matter. The point is they didn't have a quarterback.
Who?
The Browns.
So let me get you a question. So Deshaun Watson would have won with Donovan Peoples-Jones and Jarvis Landry. Because that's what you're telling me he would have won that with. He would have won with them.
So you're sitting here saying you're advocating for teams to sign Jarvis Landry. You're acting like he's trash. He missed a couple weeks.
No. Time out.
No, I'm trying to say you're
Jarvis
saying
Landry
that
ain't trash. If you're putting
you're
Jarvis
saying
Landry,
that he consistently
he's not
said
a one.
their
He's
wide
not a one.
receiving core
He's a
was
slot
ass.
receiver.
He's a slot receiver.
Perfect slot receiver. That's exactly what he is. Maybe
OBJ
it's it.
and Jarvis Landry wasn't enough.
No, because OBJ is not a star
Yeah.
wide receiver anymore. He's a complimentary piece.
I got to be honest. I'm with you, bro.
He's a complimentary piece. He thrived because Cooper
don't
Kupp
think-
got the attention.
Yeah, like those two together, I don't think they were as dynamic as everybody else was like. Who
Oh
thought?
man,
What?
you flip flop now.
I'm not flip flopping.
That's not what you said
I'm
8
not-
weeks ago.
No, Baker had a bad season.
about OBJ.
But what I'm saying
You just
is,
flip flop.
no, I just don't like the deal. I think it's stupid. If
but
you have
that's
a
okay.
quarterback, that's what I'm saying. I'm not defending anybody. I don't like the deal.
I know, but that's not even the context of what we're talking about right now. It's okay to not like the deal. I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm talking about.
No, it's not.
I'm defending the case of the deal. Like, why would you do that? Like, not for nothing. What I'm saying is, just because he had a bad year, that doesn't make him like not a franchise quarterback. I just think Baker had a bad year. He was ass. He was trash this year. I said it every
I'm not
week.
arguing- I
I
know, I'm
said
not
he was
arguing
trash.
it.
This year he was
I don't
trash.
know where you stand anymore.
But-
Actually, you're
but-
now confusing.
No. Well, I just told you where I stand.
So you think that
I
Baker
said he was
could?
ass this year.
So you thought he was a franchise QB before?
I didn't say that. I'm
Well, you
saying
just did a
I'm
second
saying
ago.
what makes him not a franchise quarterback. That's what I asked.
Without mentioning this year.
I said what makes him not a franchise quarterback because he had one bad year.
I'm just saying.
Deshaun Watson goes 4-12 and he's a franchise quarterback. That's what I said.
And here's all I'm saying.
Bro. I'm consistent. I'm very consistent.
So here's what I'm going to say then. The body of work is plainly obvious. And any person in the league that watches a football game here is going to tell you that Deshaun Watson is clear-cut head and shoulders better than Baker.
I never argued that.
By the way,
that gets twisted.
I never argued that.
I didn't say he wasn't better.
And
That's
just,
not what I said.
in case Kyler's name comes up, he's head and shoulders better than Kyler Murray, too.
Who?
Because I know that name's going to come up in a second.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I'm saying I think Deshaun Watson is better than Baker Mayfield. I do.
Head and shoulders better.
I was just mad.
That's not what I asked.
I just get mad at the narrative of you will see people and they will say that Kyler Murray's head and shoulders above Baker Mayfield. I don't see that, and there's no evidence of that. There's just not. So my point is why is Baker now going to be a backup and basically getting, like, I don't want to say blackballed, but everybody say, oh, Baker sucks, Baker sucks. Nobody was saying that 2 years ago. It was one bad year, and they're acting like this has been him his entire career, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, but I wasn't even arguing that. I was just arguing that the Browns got a substantial upgrade at QB.
If they don't win a Super Bowl,
I don't even know what we're arguing anymore.
If they don't win a Super Bowl, it's over.
I already told you I think Baker can redeem himself, but I don't know where he's going.
My only question was, Baker had a bad year. He's considered not a franchise quarterback. But Deshaun Watson has a bad year, goes 4-12. He's a franchise quarterback.
He had a bad year in the win column. He was an elite quarterback statistically, by every measure. But the team was not good.
But Dak has good stats. The team was bad. And they trash him for garbage time, like we said earlier.
The team was good this year, though, and Dak was good, too. That's the thing, is Dak can have empty stats, but the team sucked the year before, and that's why they didn't win games. The team was good this year.
Yeah,
and Dak also had the stats this year, too, but they weren't empty because they were winning games.
We'll see.
The team was good.
We'll see.
It's a team game.
We're going to learn a lot about the Browns.
That's a lot of pressure,
We are going to learn.
We're going to learn a lot.
I'm just saying.
That's a lot of pressure, bro. Somebody give you $230 million. You better go to the playoffs every fucking year. You don't go to the playoffs, I'm on your ass. Pause.
And I'll be right there with you. Because who was there? Who was there when Kyler Murray went down this year playing like shit? Who was there bashing him right there with you? It was me. I was right there with you. I'll be the first to call his ass out. I was just saying it's a clear upgrade. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you know what? Nobody disputed that, bro.
But his down year, in your opinion, was 4,900 passing yards, and he was great.
Yeah, but I mean,
and he had Will Fuller as his number one.
Will could play.
I know he can play.
Yeah.
We all know he could play.
Yeah,
but is he our number one? No.
No.
So it's the same thing. Because you guys just said OBJ's not a number one, right?
Exactly. So that's what I was saying.
So there you go. He had a number two as his number one and had 4,900 passing yards.
We're going to move on, but the difference is that you were saying that Will Fuller's not a one, and you were giving him a pass. I'm giving Baker a pass.
I'm not giving a pass.
Because
Deshaun still balled out. That's the point.
Hey, well.
He didn't have a down year.
If balling out is going 4-12 and throwing for 5,000 yards, I don't want to ball out.
Their team was not good, guys.
He's got to elevate the play. He's got to. He's got to do it.
I'm so tired, man. I'm here to fucking... QB wins matter to some degree, but you are making it the everything. You are making it the everything. It's not... It's just not possible because Matthew Stafford has a Hall of Fame body of work. Does he have a lot of QB wins?
He does now.
Sure. But I'm just saying.
Again, but that
are those all empty calories? He didn't raise the level of play?
But that, again... I'm not getting into
it. It wasn't his fault because the team wasn't good.
No, it was his fault because he signed an extension with the Lions. That's your fucking dumbass fault. You know that franchise is trash. Why the fuck? If you wanted to fucking win in your prime career, you would have went somewhere competitive. Am I wrong? Am I right?
No, I'm with you.
Come on, what the fuck are we talking about?
But the point is, though, Matthew Stafford balled out, and his team sucked. Therefore, they didn't get in the playoffs because the team sucked. His level of play was high all the way through.
But if he cared and valued winning, he would have bounced a long time ago. Fuck the loyalty. You actually want to win?
But that's got nothing to do with what I'm arguing here.
But that's what I'm saying.
QB wins.
You keep saying
are arbitrary. It's great when you want them to matter.
They matter, bro.
And they matter. QBs matter. But QB wins are translated from a whole body of work team being good. The team has to be good. The QB can only do so much sometimes. The QB wasn't good for the Browns this year. Be it for whatever reason, he wasn't good this year.
He was ass.
And the Browns missed the playoffs after a conference championship appearance with a stacked roster.
Bro, he was trash this year.
That's the point. But that's all I'm arguing.
But that wasn't my argue. Like my whole thing.
Well, that's what it appeared to be.
No, bro.
And you guys are sitting here with a QB wins.
I was proud.
I'm not.
He was handling my life.
I appreciate you going toe to toe with me.
The only thing I argued was that Deshaun Watson he had like he went 4-12, right? To me, that's average, bro. I mean, like if you had,
in the win column, that's bad.
Stats are great, bro. I'm not denying his. I never denied his stats. But you go 4-12. That's horrible, bro.
Yeah, but you said he had quote a down year.
Yeah,
that's
to
what
me
you
that's
said.
a down year. You go 4-12 is a down year. I mean, you can have what do you have? 4,900 yards. You can have 4,900, but were they impactful?
I guess that's a shame that the team was.
Or were they
awful.
just down all the time and he was just throwing a party every time?
That's what it was. They were down.
Okay.
Could be.
So 4,900 yards is smoke and mirrors to me.
But he played very well, though. You can't throw 4,900 yards and not
Of course you're going to play well
well
when everybody's playing
If
prevent.
you said 39, if you said
Deadass.
come on.
They're playing
The problem is the Texas defense was fucking garbage, and that's how they had to stay in games. That's it. The offense had to be good.
Was 2020 what's his face last year? O'Brien. Was 2020 his last year? That last year with Deshaun.
I'm pretty sure he got canned into it, and Romeo Crennel took it.
Oh yeah, he did midway through the season.
You think he's a top 5 quarterback right now?
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
No, you can't say that. He's out for a year. When he left the game
He
2
was.
years ago, you probably put him in that.
He was
You probably
number
put him in
5
that.
on my list.
Yeah, you would probably put him in that. But coming back next year, I mean, how do you?
There's a lot of variables
Yeah.
in play here that it's questionable. Sure. And I'm not even saying, like, look, I think both teams win this deal. Because the Browns, they don't need much else. They needed a QB.
If they get Landry back, they're set.
They really are. I mean, even if not. Peoples-Jones as a number 2, I can see that.
I like Peoples-Jones. We were laughing
I
about
can
that
see
last
that.
year.
I'm okay with
Peoples.
that. It's not great, but with a substantially better quarterback, Amari Cooper taking the pressure off, sure.
You
He
see
was
people-
drafted to be a number 2.
Somebody put on Twitter, they were saying like how Amari Cooper on a grass field and his cuts are terrible or something, as opposed to like a turf
See,
field.
like,
I'm
we didn't
that's-
say that.
That's
See, like,
analytic nerds.
Time out. We had a
Ignore
comment.
that shit.
Mayfield is greater than Watson. I want what used to or smoke it.
Oh, it's pink
I never
lemonade.
said that.
It's pink lemonade.
Yeah, scream it. Anyway, I never said that he was better. I never said that. I'm just saying what makes him a franchise quarterback more than Baker Mayfield, because they had one bad season. That's all I'm saying. That's all I asked. That's all I asked. Ain't nobody was questioning if Baker was a Mayfield was a franchise quarterback when they won a playoff game. Nobody questioned that shit. Everybody gave him his props.
Narrative.
And I know that because I watched the sports card market. His cards were booming during that time. So now all of a sudden they crashed because he had a bad season. That's fine. You know what I mean? But that happens. So, but during that time, what made him a franchise quarterback versus 1 year, and then all of a sudden the next year he's hurt, he plays hurt, and he look, bro, he was trash. But what makes him not a franchise quarterback because he had one bad year? I need to know that. And Cleveland's been trashed for fucking decades, bro. So that the fact that they finally got a quarterback to get him to the playoffs and actually get a playoff win, that's a fucking huge accomplishment, bro.
What it sounds
That's a
like
huge-
is
that's a
you
hu-
guys are more upset that Baker's receiving a lot of brunt right now.
Yes, because I
More
think
so than the fact that I just argued why Deshaun Watson's a better QB and a franchise QB. You're
Mike-
mad that Baker got pooed on.
Since the
and
beginning,
I agree with you.
No,
Since the
because-
he's
time
getting
out.
bullied
Hold on,
right
hold
now.
on. Since the beginning of the season, that's what I said. I've maintained the same narrative. Everybody made me out to be like this big like Baker Mayfield lover guy. No, I like Baker Mayfield. I just didn't like that. I still don't understand the narrative surrounding why everybody's acting like the dude can't play. He can play.
I don't know if that's the case. I think that they're going off of this year, but that's always the case.
That's
in
what
the
I'm saying.
NFL.
It's just it was a bad year, and like.
But that was not the context of what we were talking about at the beginning of this. That was not the context. It went that way though.
I don't
And
know
it's-
what the context was.
Well, it's okay now because we're going to move on. We're going to talk about Baker a little bit more.
Well, the only reason why
Maybe
I
we
don't,
got lost in translation
well, no,
here at the
this
table.
is like, but here's my one last final point. The reason why I feel this way about it because like not for nothing, bro. Like he was the #1 draft pick, right? And they're looking to get a quarterback after I just won a playoff game a year ago. Okay, I had a bad year, but shit happens. I would feel some type of way, bro. You were the #1 overall pick like 3-4 years ago. Like that's very recent. So they didn't like from the go. They kind of like shitted on him right there. That's actually kind of embarrassing and actually really disrespectful to do that. To somebody,
they weren't
bro.
looking the
Like,
year
imagine
after.
how he feels. I would feel like shit.
They weren't looking
That
for a
ass.
QB going into the season this year, though. That's the whole point. It was a prove-it season in which he could have earned his money this year. If he had the year he had the year before, he would have been extended.
I want to snap on that prove it point, but
Yeah,
we've
me
been
too. I mean,
on this
whatever.
too long,
It's
so let's
cool.
move on. We've been
Yeah.
on it too long.
So, all right. Well then,
Good dialogue.
Man, everybody breathe.
I had to take my fucking hoodie off. I thought we were chilling tonight. We were just discussing, going back and forth, and as soon as this dude's name gets brought up,
It's not over. The pod's not over. We're still rocking. Let's
No,
go.
we got a lot. We got a lot. All right, family. There was another big trade today involving a team that was in playoff contention last year, and that is the Indianapolis Colts trading a third-round pick. Just a third. That's it. Their 82nd pick overall to the Falcons for Matt Ryan, one-time MVP, one-time All-Pro, made it to a Super Bowl. The numbers speak for themselves. This guy's been a very good elite quarterback for a long time. Maybe didn't get enough love. Also part of a bad franchise.
Garbage.
So we just talked about two QBs who turned around god-awful franchises. Matt Ryan did the same. Right after the Michael Vick era came crashing and burning, Matt Ryan saved the day. Okay? This guy has been awesome. And he's only going for a third rounder.
Don't understand it.
Why not?
He got a new deal. He got a new deal to lower the cap. The Falcons eat the most dead money, dead cap
$40
ever.
million.
Yeah. $40 million in dead cap.
I thought they could have got more than like just 1/3 for him, to be honest.
The part that's weird, here, I'll start with this. I'll lead off right here. The part that's weird is if they moved on from Matt Ryan last year, like there was talk to do so, and this is in a good QB class, better than this year. I mean, it's time will tell, but this is a better QB class last year than this year. And there was talk about moving Matt Ryan. They draft Kyle Pitts, number 4, a tight end. Okay? If they got rid of Matt Ryan last year, I believe that the dead cap was a lot less.
I think it was like 25 million.
Right. So they keep him around, and then they could have traded him last year probably for a first minimum. So now this year, they're eating the money. And I'll tell you right now already, like, the Falcons, I'm going to give them a D.
I'm not going to be.
I might just give them an F. I'm going to give them an F.
They didn't get anything. They're getting dead cap.
F for that fucking horrible return.
Yeah, that Kyle Pitts pick is going to be looked back upon and be like, damn, we fucked up.
Here's why it's going to be bad. You know what I compare it to?
Because they don't have a quarterback.
You know what I compare it to? I'm dead serious. This reminds me of when the Giants drafted Saquon Barkley.
Oh, horrible.
You don't waste
franchise
that type of a
altering
pick
move
on running backs and tight ends. You just don't do it.
because tight ends you can find anywhere, bro.
CJ Uzoma.
You can do it when you're loaded and you're a playoff team.
Or just wait for free agency.
Correct. You can do that when you are already ready. Like the Cowboys, I didn't mention the Cowboys taking Zeke. That was different. That team was ready.
Yeah.
Like they had.
And that was still questionable at the time.
At
too.
the time it was,
yeah.
but they had Tony Romo because he got hurt that year, but you didn't know that. But Dak stepped in and they got lucky. But drafting Saquon Barkley when you need a quarterback 2nd overall, and then drafting Kyle Pitts 4th, Matt Ryan's. I mean, he drafted him. He was 36 years old. I mean, what are you doing? You know, Matt Ryan's not. He's not like Matt Ryan isn't aging like Brady and Rodgers and them boys.
Well, right.
Go get a quarterback.
Right. But now look at where he is. And here's the thing.
He's gonna do well.
I actually kind of like the fit. It's all about fit in this league. So
Yeah.
the Falcons' offensive line usually has been decent, but last year they were not good at all. They had Cordell Patterson had a good year, so let's just give him his props. But they had Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley was gone.
And Russell Gage.
And then obviously the Falcons' defense is poo-poo, so they're constantly they're playing from behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Matt Ryan?
They have to pass the football.
Matt Ryan reminds me of with the Colts. He's a polished Carson Wentz.
Doesn't this kind of feel like yeah, right?
He's a Carson. He doesn't make mistakes. He's athletic. He can make all the throws, but he doesn't make those dumb killing mistakes. Now, he does have a little bit of a choke history too.
Yeah.
Let's be real on that.
Facts.
He is not like that's not being mentioned at all either. That's
But that
another thing, 'cause
defense
he's a nice
also
guy.
gave up 28. Too.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. But he has some moments
Yeah,
where
they blew
he
it.
was questionable, but he's not going to make those dumb plays.
The Falcons choked in the Deshaun Watson trade. They choked again here. Right? 28-3, 2 times in a row in one weekend.
Somebody said Matt Ryan in Indy round 2 of Phillip Rivers 2020. Bob, his brother Bob.
I mean,
that actually
that would be a
kinda
good thing.
Yeah,
I
because
think-
made the playoffs.
Rivers had a good year.
I think Matt Ryan, though, at this point is better than Phillip Rivers was at that point.
I agree
like
with
Phillip
you.
Rivers was already entering washed zone.
Oh hell no.
He was entering.
I think he was
He
good.
was entering the car wash.
I think he was good, but he wasn't.
Hell no what?
Washed.
Look,
Who? Philip Rivers was washed.
Pete Rivers?
Not washed,
Went
but
to
he
the
wasn't
playoffs,
elite
cuz.
anymore. He wasn't elite anymore.
He wasn't Philip Rivers.
So here, he was top 15 instead of clear-cut
Y'all got him
top 10.
fucked up, man.
Who?
Here.
Pete Rivers.
He was not washed, but he was
talk about
good.
passion?
He was good enough. Okay, Matt Ryan is better than where
And I think
Rivers was, though.
Like I think Matt Ryan, I think he will do well.
Wait,
Here's
what?
the only
Matt
problem.
Ryan's right now. So Mike was saying Matt Ryan right now is better than where Rivers was.
I agree
when
with
he, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
100%.
I agree.
So like to me also like with
I love Pete Rivers.
I know, me too.
you got to have his
My
back.
guy.
You have to.
Yeah, that's my guy.
He like for me with Matt Ryan, I want to say that they're going to be around the same record they have this year. The problem is the AFC is just so loaded. Like, are the Colts the best team in their division? I'd probably say no. I really,
Well, there you
I
go.
really would. So
you ready
it's-
for this? Here. Thank you for saying that, because that was the facts or cap question.
No.
All right? I got you.
Is it?
Yeah, it's for real. For real. You're smart. All right?
You loyal.
The Indianapolis Colts are the best team in the AFC South. Facts or cap? And you're saying cap.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Who
just
is?
think what
Who is?
the best team in the AFC South. I think the Titans.
The Jags, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like my thing is now is like you got like this isn't even being talked about too with free agency. They signed Robert Woods.
Well, they got traded. They traded
I'm
for
sorry,
him,
they traded for him.
But they traded
they-
a sixth-round
pick. Like
which
Robert,
is a nice flyer.
Robert Woods is good. And he's going to be on the field next year, not like Julio who didn't get to play. Like nothing against Julio, he can't stay on the field. It is what it is.
I guess we hope so.
they're
He's
not
coming
done.
off the reconstructed knee too, but
Yeah.
he has been durable.
Yeah,
They're
but
not
like
done.
Derrick Henry's back, Deontay Foreman, you got AJ Brown, Ferkser.
Fuck with Ferkser. So you guys
And you
laugh.
still have Vrabel. And I mean Tannehill, he's a slightly lesser version of Matt Ryan.
Yeah, and he took kind of a fall last year.
Yeah, he had a bad year, but I gotta be honest. He's not a bad quarterback.
Who?
He's all right.
Matt Ryan. I mean, I'm right. Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill.
He's
Go
right.
ahead, Mike.
He's
Say it.
Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan
He's
Tannehill.
right in the average bubble.
You,
He can't make the game-changing plays, but he's
argue
not
that.
making the game-losing plays.
He went from being above average to average in one season.
you
Let's just
him
put
in
it that way.
You put him in the top 12, top
No.
15?
No, I would put
15?
him on. He's hovering at 5. Like if that would be where the argument would start from.
So he went from playing at a 12 level the year before to now I put him at 20 this year. That's
played
where
at
he
7.
was.
What was so good about the Titans without Derrick Henry that made them win?
Coaching.
Coaching?
Yeah. And just like
Defense?
Defense
was pretty good.
It was a team game. The team was playing together.
This is truthful.
It's cohesive.
Thank you.
They're cohesive.
I'll
and-
argue that all day long.
Yeah,
It is a team game. And they
It is,
blew it
but
to
yeah.
start
But like
the
my
season
thing
too.
is like they were getting in those games were dogfights, and that's what I was saying. That's why I was saying like Matt Ryan, he doesn't make game-losing plays. No, because he can protect the football. That's like the biggest issue with Carson Wentz. He does fucking dumb shit at the worst times.
It's all timing with him, really.
But like
'Cause
with Tannehill, he's not gonna always lose you a game. Like not like I don't believe that he's ever going to do that. Like so for me, like Tannehill, he can win you games. It's just when it comes into that moment, is he going to make that game-changing play, that game-flipping moment? Have
No.
you seen it here and
But
there?
you like the Titans better right now.
Yeah, for sure. Especially
doubt.
like Derrick Henry.
Nick, you're saying cap for the Colts too?
Yeah, tighten up. I mean, I like
Go ahead,
you
do
said,
it.
like
Do it one more time for the
tighten
cap,
up, baby.
all right?
I like
Oh,
them.
I forgot about that. I missed that.
Yeah,
Me too, man.
It's been a minute.
I was sad when they lost because I was like, man, I can't do tighten up anymore.
We were just sad about not being able to do this anymore.
You got to
I
tighten
know.
up.
Colts.
Whoa,
Right.
pause.
Well, that's coming back this year because we're going to take command.
He's a commander.
Yo, but no, I like the Titans, bro. I like the makeup of their team. Adding Robert Woods was major because
That's a
like,
great
they have AJ Brown.
Foreman.
Is he back?
Well, I think he's going to go back, and if he does, imagine those two in the backfield.
I think he was re-signed. I can't remember. It's so long ago now.
I got you. You can keep talking.
Yeah, check that
but
out.
yeah, no, I
Check that
mean,
out.
like if they get Deontay Foreman back, which I think he's still a free agent.
He might be.
Yeah.
Because by the way, there's still teams that need backs. I mean,
Yeah.
the Patriots just hosted Lenny.
I think he.
I don't know if you guys heard that.
I think having him as an insurance like helps because he played really well. I mean, just in case
Did he
if
sign with the
Derrick Henry.
Panthers?
Who?
The Panthers?
Nah,
I don't think so.
nah. But like, yeah, if they can get him back, as insurance, because like you never know, like, injuries happen, bro, in the NFL, and then all of a sudden they just pile up on a player, and you just can't explain it. So
And
maybe
Hilliard,
that happens to hopefully it doesn't happen to Derrick Henry, but like, just in case if he did go down, you have a formidable back.
And you
know
can
what I
put
mean?
those both of them in the backfield.
And you got Robert Woods now to move the chains, and that's exactly what they were missing.
Yep.
What I said last year. They need somebody that moved the chains, and they finally got
He's
that guy.
the perfect answer to that question,
bro.
right there.
I wanted the Eagles.
He could do the end around plays, like the Rams use him.
So
Perfect.
the Eagles were in on that, but apparently the Rams might have let him select where he wanted to go.
Dude, I forgot to mention this.
There's another
True.
thing about I wanted to play with Jalen. I don't know.
I have to mention this too. I'm sorry to go back to Deshaun Watson. Did you see the thing that came out with the Eagles? That the reason he didn't
trainer,
an
possibly.
interview was because him and Jalen Hurts are friends, and he didn't want to take his job.
It's possible.
I mean, it would make
still,
sense why
if
he
he-
wouldn't even interview.
But still, if he wanted to go there, he'd go. He went to the Browns. He didn't care about doing it to Baker.
Well, dude,
Are they friends?
not for nothing. If somebody gave me $230 million, I'm going to you.
Yeah, I think it was clear cut. Like he knew what he was getting, and he took a U-turn from Atlanta to Cleveland. That's a fucking large ass
You're
U-turn.
gonna see where you capping.
Look at
looking
this
to
man.
see where you capping.
Guys, I'm gonna say facts, because I think all things considered, let's compare the two rosters. All right, Colts, better QB, better offensive line. I'm saying better running back too. You could at least cancel them out though. You could say Taylor and Henry. You could cancel them out if you want.
Deontay Foreman did sign with the Panthers.
Oh, well, he might be starting for them real soon.
Yeah, I know.
If they trade CMC or when they trade him. Okay. So anyway, Taylor, I think he's better than Derrick Henry personally. It's at least close enough. Okay. Defense, the Colts are a better unit. The Titans are really they're great at game planning. So the defense kind of masks some things pretty well, and they have a lot of room to grow this offseason. So I think pause.
I would like the Colts to get another wide receiver. Why not Julio?
That's
I can
what
see
was
that
I
happening.
saying to you?
I can see that happening.
I was screaming that to these guys earlier today. I said, Ryan and Julio. Oh, they get Matt Ryan literally
could
2
stay
minutes
healthy-
later after we were talking about that.
If he could stay healthy, that would be perfect for them.
No,
Ideal, because
that's what I would do.
I
would
mean, if
sign
he's
Julio
healthy,
Landry.
if he's healthy, he could play like number one. He
That's
just
what
can't
the
stay
whole
on the
thing
field.
is. That it's just he's got the weakest hamstrings I've ever seen in my life.
It's
I
a
don't get it.
shame. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
But it's not
though.
even that, dude. I mean, like, even if you bring Julio in, like, he can coach up MPJ.
Oh my God!
Like,
Yeah. I can't
that
think of a
kid's
better
a
person to
stud,
learn
bro.
from.
He's a beast.
It's a
for
great
real.
fit all the way around.
He's legit.
And then it looks like Jack Doyle retired. Mo Alley Cox might finally get the job.
I like Mo Alley.
Me too. He's
I think
sneaky.
he can play a
He's a
little bit.
receiving
He's a red zone threat.
option.
Yeah.
So there's that, though. I think that the Colts are just a better roster. And I think that the quarterback play will matter.
Here's
But
the thing: both of those teams, though, they don't really got a chance to like win it.
I don't know. I feel like I trust the Titans to get it done over the Colts. Like, I feel like the
There's
Colts are
at least you could trust. Yeah, right. The Titans'
trust
trust
factor is
factor
there.
is a little
Well,
higher.
yeah, it's that, and there's like they have like the team has been together with the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, the thing here
Camaraderie.
is like
That's
we
what
are
I'll bring
banking
up
on
with
the
that.
Colts not having an epically awful start to their season like last year. And granted, Carson played injured. Kudos to him. He played the whole season. Quentin
The first
Nelson
3
started
games.
injured. Like they just had an awful transition into the start of the season.
That Rams game haunts them.
So you're looking at the team that was the hottest in the league for a solid month and a half,
Hottest in the league.
and they're now getting the consistency that Matt Ryan should offer. Because honestly, other than that, I saw a question, and I'm just going to ask you guys the same thing. But head to head, Carson Wentz had a better season than Matt Ryan last year, and I don't really think they're that terribly far off. So that's a whole different ball game. It's like, hey, they just took all these turns. They wind up with Matt Ryan. They got lucky, kind of.
Oh, 100%.
But is it really substantially different? Maybe.
Does Chris Ballard can him if they miss the playoffs again?
Who?
Matt Ryan.
Probably not.
I
mean, well, does Jim Irsay do it? Yeah, probably.
Excuse me. You're
Yeah.
right. Does
Yeah.
Irsay do it?
Yeah, probably. I
And
mean,
for the seventh straight
but
year.
I don't think it's going to be easy because they just gave him a new contract.
You think that's going to happen again?
You know what?
What?
they're going to get another quarterback? Because, like,
I'll say
I
no.
feel like those players in that locker room were pretty affected by it.
Yeah.
100% they were.
I'd be more inclined to say, like, Matt Ryan will be there 2 years, and then we can talk. Right?
Like,
2 years.
Do you guys think Matt Ryan is washed?
No.
No, I don't think he's washed.
But he showed that he was declining a little bit, but also the team, like, I mean, they still won 7 games, right?
It's
it
hard to
wasn't
judge
8
them, though,
games.
dude. That team was a
like
disaster.
they overachieved, all things considered, and he
Because
was
of
not
Matt
playing
Ryan.
at the greatest level, but still, Matt Ryan kept
Not
them
for
alive.
nothing. Matt Ryan, I was gonna say, Matt Ryan kept them alive, and that they only won 7 games simply because of him. Like, not for nothing. Kyle Pitts was a really hyped tight end coming out of college. I felt like his name, like I kind of felt like he was a bust, to be real. I really do. Like, I don't think he did anything special
They
for
didn't use him enough.
the hype that he was getting. Correct.
Not being
a 4th
honest.
overall pick, bro.
Hell no,
The
he didn't do
impact wasn't there
anything.
for me.
They didn't use him enough, and then he started getting doubled, and
It was over.
I mean, it just wasn't conducive.
Russell
to
Gage
success.
was the star of the final half of the season.
Yeah, and Kyle Pitts did break out towards the
yeah.
end of the year. Like, second half of the season, his stats were pretty
Russell
good.
Gage.
Tampa.
It just wasn't like fantasy electric, but he was getting yards and stuff. He did his job. It just wasn't like, you know, they
Fourth overall.
treated him more like a receiver than
Correct.
a tight end, if we're being honest.
Yep.
All right. We're going to have to move on, guys, and there's a good chance that we're not getting to everything. So we should probably we'll call it a night after the NFL stuff, and we'll carry the Philly stuff, the Philly and Flyers, to Thursday, because that'll still be relevant.
We'll start out Thursday.
What do you think
with
about that?
We'll start it out Thursday with that.
Because we got to touch on some NFL stuff. So next is the next domino that occurred right after this deal. Marcus Mariota. Thanks, Philly Phil.
Stinks.
Get some energy here. Marcus Mariota stinks, according to Paul's already. 2-year deal, reunited with Arthur Smith, the same guy that had a say in benching his ass for Ryan Tannehill, which is why it's interesting people are making this connection. But whatever. Marcus Mariota is now the starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. What do you grade this? And we don't have to go too deep on this, Pauls. But
I'll give it a C simply for one reason, because they're going to draft a quarterback.
For Will
C
C.
for Will C.
C for Will C.
Yeah.
But
Are they though, Mike? Are they going to draft a QB?
I think they're drafting Malik Willis.
You think so?
I do.
What pick do they have?
8th or 9th, right?
Probably.
I think they have the 9th pick.
Man, this is two years in a row. So
They might fuck around and move
They
up.
have the 8th.
Yeah.
They might move
I got
up.
an 8.
They have so many
They
needs.
might move up in the draft though. Don't sleep on them. Or move back.
Huh?
Or move back. Maybe they believe in Marcus Mariota, but I don't. I thought this move was dumb. Unless he's a backup quarterback. He's not a starter.
He's a bridge.
You guys don't think he could play even a little bit?
He's not a starter, bro.
Here's the only reason I don't. Because I feel like he would have already.
Because you know what they did?
Yeah.
Here, this is revisionist history because it feels like a long time ago now. It's only been 2 years. But what they did to Marcus Mariota in Tennessee was worse than what the Browns did to Baker Mayfield.
That's fair.
They gave up on him and benched him.
Well, not for nothing.
They gave
I
up
would
on
have
him
gave
after
up
year
on
4
you.
too, right?
I mean, because he had them playing
wasn't
at a
good.
competitive level too.
But he wasn't good.
He wasn't great towards the end, but he had a couple years there where he showed some promise.
Well,
Did
his
they take
rookie,
his
his
fifth-year
rookie year
option?
and his sophomore year, he was pretty. His sophomore year was his best year.
And let's be honest, who did they surround him with? An aging Chris Johnson, a mediocre offensive line. Who were their receivers?
What's his face? Dorial Green Beckham was
Dorial
one,
Green
'cause we traded
Beckham.
for him.
Yeah, remember the hype
What's
on
his
him?
name?
I can't think of his name.
Kendall Wright.
Kendall Wright, and there's
Come
one
on.
other person. He was supposed to be really good. I just forget.
So
who it
point
was.
being, that's
Kendall
actually
Wright.
worse.
Kendall Wright.
You couldn't have done a worse job, and they didn't cater the offense to him enough.
Who's the guy that just signed for the Jets? That just signed on the Jets this year? I was saying he was gonna have a good year, and he was terrible. He's the wide receiver on the Carter or Corey something. I forget.
Oh, Corey Davis.
Corey Davis.
Yeah.
Who was not playing well at
Yeah.
the time.
He was a bust at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So point being, like, do we know if he can't play? Because he actually looked pretty good for the Raiders in spot duty, and he showed that he can play at a reasonably high level for a few years there.
I know. I mean,
Where
here's
would
the
you
thing.
compare him to Mitchell
Like,
Trubisky?
what direction are they going to? Because they signed Cordero Patterson, which, like, It was a team-friendly deal, though. I mean, he got 2 years, like $10 million or something.
And they're the ones who made him the best that he could have been in the NFL. He reached his potential finally.
The Patriots had the blueprint. They actually planned
they
it out.
executed it to perfection.
Right. So like I don't know what direction they're going in because like are they looking to win or are they looking to like just completely rebuild? I mean, you just gave up your franchise quarterback after what 15 years. Like to me, I don't know where they're going. That's where I'm questioning.
I think it's another we'll see kind of thing, like Mitchell Trubisky. Like they think that he can play, and if he does, he's got the job. I don't know if they're drafting a quarterback, guys. And same with if they do, it's not going to be first round.
So you think they're going to ride out with Mariota all year?
Shit.
I mean, yeah.
I
think that they thought that Arthur Smith could get the most out of him because he has done that.
That smells top 4 draft pick.
Maybe.
Straight up, bro.
NFC's weak though. Who knows?
Yeah, but
I'm not here to tell you the Falcons are getting in, but I'm just saying Marcus Mariota has an opportunity here to earn himself a job.
Yeah, but Calvin Ridley's out. I mean, like you don't have Russell Gage. Like, who's your wide receivers?
Cordero Patterson out of the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, like
Kyle Pitts.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, you got Kyle Pitts, but who's your wide receivers? Unless you're gonna do like high school football and he's gonna be doing like sweeps
or something. I can't say his name. Zacchaeus or something.
Olamide Zacchaeus.
Yeah, I had to pick him up last year because I was fucking garbage.
So I mean, yeah, there's some question marks there too, if we're being honest. But I mean, even that's better than the weapons he had in Tennessee. That's pretty sad.
Kendall Wright. I still
pretty sad, guys. Pretty sad. I mean, Nick, what was your grade? C for we'll see.
Yeah. Well, for Mariota?
Yeah.
Oh no, I give him a D.
Paul.
I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of it. I didn't give him an F because like I guess there is a factor of like you never know, but like.
Who would you rather have though?
D stands for draft because they're going to the draft.
would you rather have Mitchell Trubisky or Mariota?
Mariota.
I'd rather have
Personally.
Trubisky.
So would I. All right, I'm just wondering.
I
You
would
think
rather have
Mariota?
Mariota. Yeah.
Damn.
Trubisky for me.
Us disagreeing on a quarterback. I can't believe it.
He played better in the time that he's been in the league.
Who?
Mariota.
All right, we'll save this segment.
He was. Not that that's saying much. They both were average at best.
I mean, yeah, they're average. I mean, like, look, Trubisky's just not the answer for Pittsburgh. I'm just confused by the move. Whatever. He's not. I just think
Mariota is more mobile and he's a hair better as a passer, which again isn't saying too much. But again, I mean, it's all about fit. Do I like the fit here? I'll give it a B- because I like the player. Okay. But fit wise, like I would have loved to. That's funny. Backing up Matt Ryan, maybe. Anyway,
stop with the disrespect. So, I just caught that like at the very end.
Yeah, I just got floored there for a second. I lost my train of thought. Basically, where I was going was I would have loved to see Mariota on a different team, and it's a shame that he's going to Atlanta.
Yeah, because he's.
But this is a QB-friendly coach, so yeah, C for we'll see. But I'll give it a B-. But
here's the thing: like this is the reason why I'm just not buying it. If Marcus Mariota was that quarterback that can get us to the promised land or make an impact on our team, he would have been signed like the first 2 days of free agency. Why'd you wait so long?
Bridge quarterback, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But what's the point of that?
Well, and there were some other.
Who are you gonna?
Let's be honest.
I don't like when franchises do that shit because you waste other people's talent on the roster, bro. Like if you're going to implode, fucking get rid of them all. Straight up.
And just don't have a team that year.
No, if you want to start from scratch, from literally ashes to brick, you gotta you gotta implode, bro.
I know, but you have to build brick on top of brick. So Mariota's the stepping stone to get the next quarterback.
But here's the thing, Mike. They drafted a tight end number 4 overall.
I didn't say they were intelligent.
But that's
you don't want to tank because you have other players that you need to develop. Therefore, you bring in Mariota to make certain players look better, hopefully.
Yeah, but
and you're taking a shot at a guy you think could be your QB because it's a weak QB class. I just don't like the fit.
I hate it.
It's a shame.
I hate it. I think it's stupid as fuck. You got rid of Matt Ryan and brought in Marcus Mariota. If I'm the player, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Fuck that.
Well,
Imagine the
Matt Ryan,
fuck, here we go. Another long year in Atlanta.
Matt Ryan.
Yes, I would.
Either Matt Ryan's going to be the bridge.
I'm too competitive
and cost you 48 in cap.
You have passion.
I'm too competitive for that. I'm not about to sit on the team and fucking lose all the time. Crazy.
Yeah, you'll sit out the year.
All right, that's enough of Marcus Mariota. We got more, okay? We got more, and we are clearly only doing NFL tonight, in case you didn't notice that. All right, next up, the last QB move of today, Jameis Winston. Wow, they're in the same division, guys. Mariota and Winston 1 and 2 back in 2015 now? Picks 1 and 2, and they were supposed to be franchise-altering QBs, and they are now at their second teams and third for Mariota, and
Gonna be a fourth.
they are in the same division. But Jameis returning. Jameis actually got some money. He got 28 mil, and it was 21 guaranteed.
Yeah.
So he got paid. Team was winning with him at quarterback. He's back with the Saints.
I wanted Baker to go there. They would love
That
him.
was a good fit.
They would have loved him down there.
That was a good fit. But it is what it is. They trust
Where the
Jameis.
fuck's he gonna go?
Yeah, we're about to talk about that next. And that's how we're closing out. Jeez. So, Jameis Winston.
I hate this. I really feel bad for the Saints, bro.
Give me your
Because,
grade, Nick.
I feel bad for the Saints because it's like, yo, I really think that they would have gotten Deshaun Watson, bro. I still believe that.
Who?
Let's focus here. Can we focus? Can we please
Go ahead,
focus?
bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Shit going on
care.
behind the camera.
I don't care. Jameis Winston sucks. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean,
So, Nick,
it's
do
Jameis
you...
Winston, bro.
Yeah, hold
And you
on.
lost your mastermind offensive guy.
He was the one enabling Jameis, but he gets Michael Thomas back.
I know,
Does
that's being
Teron
slept on,
Armstead
too.
go back now? I don't think so.
Callaway.
Callaway.
No, yeah, they got Traquan
Well, I
Smith,
mean,
bro.
look,
He'll do it for you.
Callaway.
Draft him too.
All you got to do
He's a
is
sleeper.
yeah. Well, we know about him already.
Traquan Smith, sleeper.
The Saints should sit
Callaway
out the year.
as a 2 deep threat. All right,
Overdose on
maybe.
NyQuil, right? If you want to sleep on that guy.
It's a shame they got. I mean,
Stinks.
oh look,
Bro,
they're like
they-
the same team, but minus the left tackle and a couple of other linemen, I think. So here we got to ask this question: the New Orleans Saints, who by the way missed the playoffs by it wasn't a tiebreaker. They didn't even miss by a game. They missed by tiebreaker. Okay, Taysom Hill was QB. Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian were QB. Oh, Ian Book for a game. Okay,
Trevor
The New
Siemian won a
Orleans-
big game that year.
There you go.
Big game.
Yeah. You can say who if you want.
I forget.
I forget too.
Guy retired, so I won't hear from him anymore. It's all good.
Nick's getting trolled.
I'm chilling.
Trevor
bro.
Siemian defeated Tom Brady and the Bucs this year.
I
It didn't matter in the end.
I'm honestly not offended. I could really care less. It's
Northwestern
not
Pride, the
It's
Wildcats.
not hurting me, bro. We'll see this year.
Okay.
But anyway, here's the facts or cap. Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints will be a playoff team. Facts or cap.
It's just cap.
Playoff team, not NFC South champs. Playoff team.
I'm going Cap. Because
Yeah.
I think they lost Sean Payton, and Jameis needs an offensive guy. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Dennis Allen. I think he's ass. To be honest, he's a good defensive coordinator. I just don't think he's a good head coach.
I guess we're gonna see
This
there.
is cap. Jameis Winston's gonna be throwing the game-winning
Pick six.
defensive touchdown. Yeah, for the team to clinch the playoffs. He stinks,
Yeah, but
bro.
they
He
did.
just
They
can't
had him
get it out of
playing
his own
at.
way.
They had him playing at a decent level.
Yeah,
They
at
did, but-
decent level, but it's not.
But
It's
with
not gonna
Sean
be
Payton,
decent
coach.
enough.
I was gonna say Sean Payton squeezed everything he could out of that roster.
Like, bro, like,
Well, that offense. Excuse me.
why don't they fuck around and go get Baker?
They should have. That would have been a good fit.
That would have been a good.
I still will.
I don't understand the why Jameis. Like, and he's coming off of ACL.
The numbers are
But then again-
promising, and the team won 7 games with him. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Let's just keep it simple.
I understand.
That's probably
Actually,
true,
I
to
take
be
it back.
honest.
I
And
backtrack.
also, the one other thing is, I mean, when you get that kind of consistency, you know, last year they knew they could compete with him. You're bringing them back. It's like, all right, this is good. The team knows what to expect. Cameron Jordan liked it. Did you guys see that tweet?
Yeah.
He's like, I seen some other options, and I was like, oh shit. Here's the NFC though. I'll give you the picture.
You'll
Right.
see a lot of stuff when he's on the couch in January.
I mean, I don't know.
maybe.
The Saints have a good roster, though.
That's-
I mean,
that's why I'm saying, like,
They're your
a
Super
tough
Bowl
team.
pick.
Yeah, they were. I thought.
They're not. I mean,
Just a hunch, bro.
yeah. And then
Well,
Deshaun
before
Watson
Brady came back.
And then Deshaun Watson almost went there. You got Packers, you got Bucks, Cowboys, Rams, Cardinals. Niners, Eagles. That's the 7 from last year. You got the Vikings, the Commanders. Everything else kind of looks like poo. I mean,
Vikings
do they get in over any of those teams?
I don't know, because Vikings win that division.
Wow.
I'm saying it right now. We could document this shit. Vikings win that division next year. Guarantee. All right, Phil, write this down on your little pad.
Do you want to bet on this already?
We could absolutely bet on this.
Even before the end of the offseason, you want to bet on this?
They're better.
The Vikings are better than the Packers.
Overall, right now, they're better. Absolutely.
Do we want to go there right now?
They have no playmakers.
You know that's going to change, though.
Yeah, it's going to change.
It's going to change.
He's out there.
I personally guarantee you.
Even if they draft somebody.
Actually, I have something interesting Packers-wise that we might be talking about Thursday.
All right.
So
Well, good hold off.
let's save that. But you're shot. I love you, but
we
you're
know
shot.
this.
The Packers are clearly winning the
Phil,
division.
keep this shit
Yeah,
documented.
write that down. Yeah,
I'm
9:15
undecided.
p.m. There it is. Phil wrote it down in fucking all caps. 9:15 p.m. Paul says Vikings are better. Vikings are going to win the division.
Oh my God! When we're TikTok stars next year, this is gonna be all
And this is
over
the biggest Kirk Cousins hater. Oh man. I already
win it.
expended all my energy earlier in the show.
Pause.
Nick, what?
You'll see.
Come on, help me here.
Could be the
Packers?
Bears. Could be the Lions.
Oh my God!
You'll find out this
All right,
summer.
all right.
Coming to you
This is
live
enough. This
on
is
YouTube,
crazy. Let's stay on
Facebook,
schedule. Let's-
PropHQ.com.
I'm gonna say Cap. But the Saints will be close. I'm gonna say Cap. There you go. All right.
They're just not there.
They got a roster though, man. It sucks. It sucks. They'll probably be just like this year. They'll you know what? They'll miss the playoffs with 10 wins. At best.
Shit.
At best. They won 9 this year.
Yeah, I see regression.
Watch your knees.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm not looking at the schedule right now.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Dan Campbell.
All right. Last subject, and then we got to get the hell out of here. Thank the NFL for this shit. They have constant news. It is insane. We have to stay on with this stuff, okay? We had a nice segment prepared for you called QB Roulette. Obviously, things shifted. It's still going to be QB Roulette, but there's 3 less teams on the list now. All right? Essentially, all I'm asking here is, how will the remaining QB holes be filled? Pause.
Pause.
Major. That's what it says right here on the script. All right? Pause. Okay. So,
Why the fuck don't I have
I'm
a
gonna-
pause button? I need a pause.
I know. I can't believe that.
We'll get it.
Can't believe
We'll get it for Thursday.
Yeah. But here, so the teams with known QB needs. There's one. Only one left with a clear-cut need at QB. That everyone's saying they're going to get a QB. They're telling you this. The Carolina Panthers. They're the one team that is openly searching for a QB. Then there's 2 others remaining who have one in place, a veteran quarterback that might look to upgrade, either via rookie, veteran, whatever, some combination. I'll leave that up to you guys. All right? Those 2 teams, Seattle, they have Drew Lock. Apparently, they might be riding with Drew Lock. And then the Lions have Jared Goff still. And that's it. That's it. Unless there's some crazy-ass shit with the Cardinals, stay tuned. Unless there's some crazy-ass shit.
I'm waiting
with
for that
Kyler Murray.
bombshell.
I'm
waiting for it.
Every day that passes, he doesn't have a new deal. So I'll preface it with that, too. You could throw in a surprise team. But there's the 3 teams, and we're going to decide which QBs going where. Or for the teams that I just mentioned that had the veterans, you could say they're staying put. All right? Free agents. Fitzmagic. Andy Dalton. Cam Newton. And I generously threw in Colin Kaepernick. Even if we think that's unrealistic. Trade candidates. You got Baker Mayfield. You got Jimmy G. All right? That's really it for the trade candidates. Maybe Gardner Minshew. I'll throw him in there for you guys.
If the Eagles trade him, they're dumb.
I don't think it's happening either anymore. But draft picks, projected first rounders, who I think now at this point, the QB market kind of changed everything. I think these guys are probably going second round, personally. But anyway, Malik Willis of Liberty, Kenny Pickett of Pittsburgh, small hands. Matt Corral, they're making a huge deal about this shit. Matt Corral of Ole Miss, Desmond Ridder of Cincinnati, and Sam Howell of UNC. Those are your QB options. Who's going where? Let's start with Carolina. Who is going to Carolina? Who's going to be the QB this year?
For Carolina,
Best guess.
I would say Jimmy G.
Yeah.
But I'd lean to Jimmy G staying with the fucking 49ers, to be honest. But I feel like that would be the team that targeted him.
Okay.
I think the Panthers are going to draft somebody. Because
and they
I
have the
think their
sixth pick,
style,
I think.
their style of play doesn't reflect the free agent market.
That's why I said
So
Jimmy
you
G.
think they'll start a rookie, be it wherever they draft him? Do you have any of the rookies that you want to place there?
I mean, I'm looking down the list. Matt Corral. It's kind of like a franchise quarterback name, right?
Household?
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell's playing in their backyard.
Yeah.
I
Like,
could see them taking him, to be honest, and putting him on the bench. But I would feel like at that point, are they going to do that and go get a Ryan Fitzpatrick? But you have Sam Darnold still on the roster.
well, if you do that, you got to trade CMC. You can't
Darnold-
have him lingering another year, bro.
Darnold's still there, so maybe they ride it out with him and draft a rookie like you guys are saying. Or like Nick is saying.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like I think they're just going to draft a quarterback because like the guys remaining I don't think they fit their style. And their style is pretty clear. I mean, their backup last year was PJ Walker, right?
They like a mobile quarterback.
A mobile quarterback, and they signed Cam Newton. Like
I feel
Sam
like-
Darnold was really mobile in like the first 4 games. After that, he stunk. He took a shit.
I feel
Yeah, I
like
don't
Jimmy
know what
G.
happened.
Though, I feel like Jimmy G would be good there, though. To be honest, because
Maybe.
I feel like he would be able to get it. He would be fine with DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey.
And they still have Robbie Anderson.
Nah,
got-
he went to the Patriots. I thought.
No, they didn't actually make the deal yet.
Oh,
But
all right. I didn't even
the
know.
Patriots are interested. So, I mean, they got weapons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of where I think they're gonna.
So Malik Willis probably fits the physical description of what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But to this point, I've only seen one connection to their team, and that's happened in the past couple days. I saw that the Panthers and Saints were in on Baker Mayfield. So I think at this point, that's the only place where I've seen Baker's name placed. I think Seattle would be a good fit for him.
That's where I really
But-
want him to go.
Me too.
I think he's going to Carolina because I have no choice but to say that. I think he's the best remaining option for them right now.
Here's going to be
Baker
the biggest issue
Mayfield
with
will
him.
be a Panther.
The issue with Baker Mayfield is there's no leverage from the Browns. So like they're going to have people offering 5th-round picks, and
That's what I said. I said this.
they have
We
no
have no
leverage.
leverage. You're gonna get Baker for cheap, bro. Because here's
Well,
another
and
thing
because
too.
they waited for all the dominoes to fall.
yes,
Because here's the thing.
Carson Wentz went for all those picks too. I mean, he went for less than Matt Ryan at this
But
point.
I said it last show. I said if you're a team, you're taking a big risk trading for him though, because unless if you were giving up the haul, this was before they got Deshaun Watson. But now they got Deshaun Watson. The Browns have no leverage, bro, because now it's like they could tell a team, "Yo, I'll give you a 6th-round pick." First off, I gotta pay him. If you know what I mean, like,
did you see what the rumor came out today?
and I'm
That
taking him off your hands.
An anonymous GM called the Browns about Baker Mayfield and wanted a pick to go with him because of his salary. That's
what I'm saying.
fucking nuts.
Then that's a good investment for whoever gets him. Honestly, if they get him for that cheap, well, you waited this long, you took a risk, but you're going to get a former number 1 overall pick at a discount because all the dominoes fell. I think he's going to Carolina. I think Carolina is desperate for a quarterback, and also,
Think that rule would be good with him.
I mean,
I just
I don't hate it.
The fit there don't make sense for me, bro. Like it doesn't fit their style. That's why I'm confused. Like Seattle would be great because they run the football, like, and they have wide receivers that like are, come on, bro. They're like the top 5 duo in the league.
I think the Panthers wanted to run the football this year, though,
Yeah.
but CMC just didn't stay healthy.
Right, and that's another question mark. He got hurt back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So like, is he sustainable? I'm not saying Seattle's any
He's probably
better.
getting traded.
Seattle's always like up and down with their running backs. They're always hurt, but
Panthers can turn it around.
I don't know.
mean,
I don't know. I
Panthers
just don't fit the
started
style.
the season undefeated for, 5 weeks? 6-7 weeks, we were talking about them being a playoff team, and then they had Cam Newton, a quarterback, and it was all over.
I'm back.
yeah.
Yeah, he was back, all right.
Yeah, I don't know.
he
The
was
style,
fucking
it's the style
garbage.
fit for me, but yeah.
So I'm gonna say Baker. I'm gonna say Baker until there's just been no other connections. It's crazy.
It's the craziest offseason.
So
Ever.
so here's the next part. The part 2 of this. Seattle. Who you got going to Seattle? And you got him there.
I do. I've been saying that for a little bit. Well, I thought it was Deshaun Watson, but then the no trade clause thing. But I'm saying Baker Mayfield goes to Seattle.
I'm with you. I think that's his best fit.
I would like it for him.
Yeah.
I mean, what better way to get him back? It's like they're going to run the football. The offensive line's trash, of course, but they got weapons.
I mean,
They want to compete. It should, in theory, be a good scheme for him.
so it's like a battle between Drew Lock and Baker Mayfield. They're pretty much battling for their starting careers.
Yeah, and by
like,
the
I'm
way-
being serious. It's crazy.
Mind you,
That's
this.
true, though.
Wait,
It's sad.
I forgot to
It is
say this
sad.
a second ago, but if Baker goes to Carolina, Baker and Sam Darnold, the 1 and 2
That would be
picks
nuts.
of the same draft, will
Yeah.
be together. Obviously, Sam Darnold will probably be out of there.
They can argue over who was more ass.
Yeah, right. Right. So, oh, wow.
I love him.
Major heat. Man, I'm rattled. No, I was just kidding. All right, Seattle. Yo, guys, I think right now they actually are going to go with Drew Lock. They might draft a guy, but it's not going to be a first-round pick. If they draft a guy, it'll be a second-round pick. I don't think any like right now. I'm inclined to tell you, I don't think a QB is going in the first round. Right now,
shit,
if they do, it'll be the end of the first round. A team that trades in or something.
If Pickett's
It could be
there,
this
do the
team.
Steelers take him?
I mean, what are they? 18.
Ish. Yeah, right now.
Okay, look, if Malik Willis is there, or Pickett, I guess you could throw him in there, at 18, then it's different. But I'm saying like high first-round picks,
You don't
I'd be
say it?
inclined to say top 15, I don't think any QB is going anymore.
Wow.
Seattle's not going to take him with the 8th pick. That's not Seattle's DNA.
They're gonna get
Second
an offensive
round,
line.
though, maybe. Second round, maybe. Maybe what's there. Right now, I think they're riding with Drew Lock. It's fucking comical to me.
Drew Lock.
But can we say that Drew Lock is any worse than these guys? I mean, he showed some signs at one point. I don't
actually
think he
like-
could play.
I like Drew Lock, bro. I
But
like this.
is
I like
Drew
his
Lock
style.
better than these QBs that are going in the draft? Maybe. I don't like them. I think they're going with Drew Lock.
So you don't think any of these quarterbacks in the draft are going to be any? Like,
I don't think any of them are going to start this year. I don't think they're going to start.
are they?
There's not going to be one rookie starting quarterback this year.
Really?
Maybe later in the season, but that always happens. Like I'm saying, to start the year, no rookie will be starting.
Probably right.
You're probably right because of all
Unless
the
a
moves,
rookie
yeah.
comes out of nowhere and does to the Falcons what Russell Wilson did to Matt Flynn.
I just don't see it. They're all developmental guys.
Matt Flynn is fucking.
Yeah,
crazy.
He did. He
That's-
signed that big ass deal, and Russell Wilson
Yeah,
took him out.
Yep.
That was 2000.
But there's no Russell Wilson in this, John. If you wanted a
know.
QB, you should have. I mean, last year's class was pretty good. You should have done that, or you wait till next year. All right. The last team, the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff is still there. Do you think someone else will start for the Lions?
I don't, because he has a big ass cap hit.
I mean, he's still going to be there, probably. He could be there as a backup, maybe.
I don't know.
Why? Is there smoke around Jared Goff? Maybe?
Not that I saw anything.
I mean, he had some pretty decent games this year, too, for that matter. But
They played hard for Dan Campbell.
I think he's going to start.
So do I.
Same thing.
Yeah,
I don't
I think
think-
he started. I don't know what.
I actually root for him too. to
I
be
think
honest. I want
maybe
him to
they
do well.
draft somebody, but again, I think Jared Goff's starting.
I weirdly do too, bro. Like the fact
What?
that like, I don't know. They traded him to Detroit to make pretty much rot.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
rooting
Jared
for him
Goff.
now.
man.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like
Detroit loved him though because
Yeah.
they had the Rams ties, and he's had some good football moments. He's had some good moments.
Yeah.
They
Of
made
he
it to
has.
the Super Bowl, so like, jury's out what he could do with a better team around him. I mean, again, do I love him? No. I mean, he's better than all these QBs going in the draft right now.
yeah, and that's why.
Oh yeah, I agree totally.
That's why I would just ride it out with him.
So then there you go.
Oh.
You ride?
So you know what that just says? Jimmy G, according to what we just said, Jimmy G is not going to start next year, barring some crazy ass shit. Mike
If he
said
stays
it.
in the 49ers, he's
Mike
starting.
you said Jimmy G to the Panthers. Right.
If he were to get traded, that's where I think he goes.
But that's what you just said. Panthers QB will be Jimmy G. That's your guess right now.
Yeah, I know.
okay.
I think he's.
Guess
no,
what?
I don't know
They
how to
might.
answer it because, like,
It's
I'm
a-
saying if a
just
trade happens, that's
best
where I think
guess.
he's going. But I kind of like lean that he's staying in San Francisco. I don't know. I can't explain it because
I think they overshot this market. I think they overshot it.
I
They
think
thought they were going to get more, and they did not.
John Lynch played his hand really fucking bad.
This is an indictment on what the league thinks about this guy. And look, he's a good leader. He can play and get you into the playoffs.
He's a hell of a quarterback.
I just don't. I think this is an indictment. I think that literally,
Yeah, nobody was breaking
there's
down
no
the door
team
for
that
him.
wants to start Jimmy G.
But, like, that's all I
except
understand.
maybe, you know what I'd say? Remember I said Tennessee would be a good fit? That's maybe the only team at this point, like, that would, like, right now, there's no one going out of the way to get him.
But, like, yo, my
Or,
thing
like-
is, if you're Atlanta, I'm being serious
You
on
gotta
this.
understand though, the teams that were looking for a quarterback were more or less in the NFC. They're not going to trade him within the conference.
I don't think they'd rule that out because
Like,
are they afraid
I
of
don't
Jimmy G
think-
beating them in the playoffs?
Well, I don't think the
I would be.
Colts. Here's the thing.
you winked at me.
Here's the thing.
They're cute.
Here's the thing. I don't think the Colts were out on Jimmy G. I think the price tag might have been too steep for what they wanted him for. So they took Matt Ryan for a third, as opposed to 2 second-round picks for Jimmy G.
You want to know what I think?
That's why
though?
I think, like, for me, it was just.
They weren't hot on Jimmy G. They were like, all right, he's a nice fallback.
If Mariota
Yeah, but-
starts and Baker and Jimmy G can't, I mean,
I don't understand.
and Mitchell
Like, Jimmy
Trubisky
G
is
is
like,
like-
I just don't get it.
But-
Mariota's basically in the same shoes, though.
I think
It's
Jimmy
a guy
G's gonna start for the Niners.
who's
It's a
Third
fair,
round
that's a
running
fair
back.
argument,
he
but
didn't.
he's been
the
a
market,
backup.
But the market now was more open than it was 2 years ago when Mariota was a free agent coming off of his rookie deal. Let's just be honest. So he never really got a chance with another team.
I mean,
QB
I like
market-
Jimmy.
Oh yeah, because he went right to backup Carr, right?
There were not any QB openings compared to now. There was like literally, we were talking about 11 teams. So, I mean, are you guys predicting any other surprise QB moves? Like, I wouldn't be surprised by the Jimmy G to Tennessee thing because I said to you guys a long time ago that there's Patriots ties.
The only
But
other
you can't, you're not going to be able to get out of the Tannehill deal. So, to me, it's a wash. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think that would happen.
my only surprise, and that's just because I have no idea, is Kyler.
Yeah.
That's going to be the surprise because I don't know if it's going to be traded or a crazy deal.
And you want to know the one team that would be willing to pay anything for him? And he fits their system.
Don't do this to me.
We just talked. Well, I wasn't going to say Eagles. No. I know what you were thinking. They would be interested, but no. Carolina. That's what they want at QB. And they're desperate.
They would pay anything.
They would pay anything. They would pay anything. And then maybe Jimmy goes to Arizona. I could see that. That's about it.
But at that point,
The dominoes fell.
Yeah, yeah.
This is crazy.
I don't know.
One of these two guys, Baker or Jimmy G, is not going to start as of right now.
That's a shame, man. That's fucked up for Jimmy G too.
I mean, if I'm Jimmy G, I'm feeling miffed, bro. I
Fuck yeah.
just went to the NFC Championship game. I'm not going to start for anybody.
And I beat
You're
Aaron
fucking
Rodgers.
wilding out.
And I almost went back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, nah, that's disrespectful as hell, bro. If I'm him, I'm making a statement.
I'd definitely be pissed, even though I think he's poo. I would be pissed.
He's beating out
I
old
think.
Trey.
Facts.
If he goes back to the 49ers,
Nah.
we're going to have to bookmark this again. It's only episode 66.
Trey Lance is starting this year.
You'll see.
All right, guys.
Jordan Love 2.0.
I think this is a good point to leave off. Philly Phil, you know what to do. Man, NFL consuming everyone and everything this offseason. It's been so much fun to talk about, though. We will wait and see what happens with these QB-less teams. But other than that, I mean, I think the dominoes fell where they did. Like that. This is it. This might be it, guys.
And I think once Russell Wilson's move came out, everybody just started going crazy.
There you go.
I know.
And it happened all in basically a week.
Yeah.
This is the craziest offseason ever. Literally.
I don't know if it could ever be topped.
I had something for you guys there with the QB movement, but basically, like the NFC, the entire NFC is different. And by the way, the entire league only has like a few QBs that are on a second deal. It's like the whole league blew the fuck up. All right. So we promised that here, though. We promised the chaos of the QB position here at P&I. We've been saying it. It happened. We're still living it. All right. So now, guys, next show, we promised you we will talk about the Phillies. They signed Nick Castellanos, 5 years, $100 million. They got like 10 DHs on the team, but we'll talk about that Thursday. We'll talk about the Flyers trading their longtime captain, Claude Giroux, future Hall of Famer, 15 years with the squad. We will talk about that a little bit on Thursday. I'm sure there will be more NFL stuff. There's always something going on. All right, guys? So stay tuned for that. We will keep you posted. But this episode 66 of P&I, was brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New users who sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, I hope you were looking at us on the Props Network at Props HQ tonight. If you have not already, go there and subscribe. You will not regret keeping up with these shout-out motherfuckers across the table from me. Man, it was heated earlier. That's why we're here at fucking 9:30.
I'm chilling.
So, it was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. We were potting, all right?
Facts.
So next show, though, we told you what's going to happen. That next show is Thursday, 8 p.m. See you there. Nick Theories, take it away. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on propshq.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher, and all that other shit. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook, and we will see you guys Thursday night at P&I.